What if Naruto had the power to delete anything? Hey, what's up guys, it's me again and welcome back to my channel, Mayta What Ifs. As you guessed from the title, it is already a weird sounding idea even to me. Look, I got this idea while I was cleaning up some space from my PC and yeah, I thought, you know what? What if Naruto had this power, like delete anything or anyone from, his world? This ought to be interesting and quite weird and funny. So that is why I'm gonna make it into a story. If you guys enjoy this one, we might, mess up with, who knows, computers options as well in the future, giving those as powers to Naruto, like control, Z or control C or X or V, like, copy, paste, cut, delete, whatever. Anyways, make sure you leave a like and subscribe to my channel and follow me on my Polo Uchiha channel as well. It's just a kind of a story that suddenly just clicked in my head, so I wanted to see where this one goes. This one's on me, guys, so yeah, if it sucks, it sucks. I'm gonna be honest here. Anyways, without any further ado, let's begin with our today's story. Our story begins on the night of the Kyubi attack in Konoha Gakure no Sato. The village outer skirts line was in flames. The screams of women and children could be heard, followed by the shouts of men as well as of Konoichis trying their best to follow the lead of their Kage, who was retired already. It was in Sarutobi, leading the charge against a monster, the Kyubi no Yoko, strongest Biju in the elemental nation, who decided to descend upon them out of thin air. And now they were left here in midst of their village and the Biju as the last line of defense. And they knew that they were gonna fail and fail miserably because they couldn't do anything. Almost 20% of their force was already demolished by the Kyubi, thrown left and like some kind of ragdolls. Only one question was in the mind of everyone: how in the hell did this happen? And the next that came soon after was, where was their Hokage Minato Namikaze? And the answer came with a yellow flash as Minato Namikaze arrived there and began to prepare the sealing process. As after he was finished, he summoned the Shinigami. Time stilled for what looked like a few seconds. After that, the Biju was sealed within Naruto. From perspective of Hiruzen, that is, and everyone else. As Minato slumped down to the ground, Hiruzen and the others dashed towards their Hokage who had fallen down. Protect my son and make sure he's safe, Hiruzen-sama. Make sure he is safe. Only uttering these words, Minato Namikaze, eyes closed, and his breath stopped. His heart stopped. He was dead. As Hiruzen was now left in a dilemma, he had to overwatch the legacy of his successor and become the Hokage again. The village was in need of a leader after the death of their current one, and there was nothing he could do but to take the position. Hokage-sama, what are we going to do now? Hiruzen got up on his feet and picked up the child. What else? We do what we do best after such a tragic event. We recover. We strive for better. But many of us have died. Civilians, shinobis, and even our Hokage. We will gather up those who have died today, and there will be a funeral, a major one, a week later. Make preparations for that. As one of the envoys that arrived, Hokage-sama, the council has gathered as fast as they could, and they are scared. Civilians are, at least. Try to make some shelters for them. I will be heading there. What about that child? He is the legacy of the fourth, and that remains within us. We are not to share this knowledge with anyone. Understood? Yes, Hokage-sama. As he looked towards Kakashi. Walk with me, Kakashi. As Hiruzen began to walk, Kakashi followed. I want you to be the one to watch over Naruto. Leave this to me. I'll protect him with my life. Make sure you do, because he is the only last one left from Minato's legacy. I'll make sure. And now we see Hiruzen arrived inside the council chamber. Well, Kakashi was instructed to stay inside the office, which was once belonged to his sensei a few hours ago. This meeting is in session. Seeing you here, I believe that we should presume that Minato Namikaze is either dead or injured gravely. He is dead. There was a pause when Hiruzen said this, as the shinobi side looked solemn, and so did the civilians, but they all knew Minato had in the end protected them. If it wasn't for his sacrifice, they all would have died, perished. What of the Kyuubi then? How did it escape? How did this all happen? I unfortunately am not aware. Minato unfortunately was not given enough time by the Shinigami so that he could warn us or tell us what has happened. He only could tell me to protect his son, his legacy. What are you talking about? He has turned his and Kushina's son into the new Jinchuriki. What? Why would he do that? Why would he succumb his son to such a demon? And can that infant child even hold the Biji still within him? Hiruzen remained quiet for a moment. He told me that he used a specialized seal. And not only that, I will contact Jiraiya and he will make sure that everything is fine with that seal. Until then, we focus on recovery, rebuilding, and we mourn our dead ones. And so everyone was silent for one more moment before Hiruzen adjourned the meeting. 2 weeks passed after the funeral was held, and even Minato was buried with dignity. We see the reconstruction was underway already, as Konoha was getting back on its feet and tracks when Jiraiya returned, and was inside Hiruzen's office through window. Well, look at you, Sensei. Dull as ever, I see. How are you doing, Jiraiya? What do you expect from me to do, Sensei? Trying to cope somehow. I lost something akin to a son to me. But the good thing is, at least my godchild is alive. Yes, he is. Minato used some sort of a specialized seal, and I want you to look into it and see and tell if it is working fine. People are quite scared of his son, and I want them to be eased up. Leave that to me, Sensei. I'll make sure I come up with something. Where is the boy? And so Kakashi brought that young child in. As after that we see Jiraiya examined the seal. What looked like 8 hours straight. It was already evening. Jiraiya, are you not done? It is a complex matter, Sensei. The seal he used is a Reaper Death Seal, but he modified it. What? Why would you modify a seal that is linked to a goddess, and the goddess of death nonetheless? Said Hiruzen, a little bit pissed at why would Minato do this. That is what I'm trying to find. Huh. Interesting. What? There are a few kanji marks that are quite hard to pronounce and even decode. I do not know what they mean. Seems like ancient language or text. That is not good. These are not the words that we usually use. Can I have a piece of paper? And after writing these down, Jiraiya said, I'll look into it what these are. In the meanwhile, make sure that Naruto is kept safe. And so Hiruzen, once again, when the meeting was held again, was asked. And what this information was revealed, the people, let's just say they were not boosting up with confidence. If anything, they were afraid and scared of Naruto even more. What if the child loses control? I mean, he is an infant child. Minato-sama tried his best to save us and make sure that the Kyuubi was sealed away, but an infant child is dangerous. We already are aware what happened to Suna when they tried to seal the One-Tails into the Jinchuriki, who was just barely born, an infant child. He roams the streets. Whenever he sleeps, the monster roams the streets. Something akin to that hasn't happened here. Yet, that is. Said one of the civilians when Hiruzen tried to counter. The seal Minato is using is the Hakai Fuyin seal, the Reaper Death Seal used to summon the Shinigami to make contract with her. It's working, no doubt, but the new kanjis that were found there are modifications made by Minato. And that is what we're trying to find. Jiraiya is on the case, he will be able to decode them, hopefully soon enough. We are not in a hopeful mood after what has happened, Hiruzen. This is something serious, something that Minato should have consulted with us. Do you think we had enough time? If we had given QB a little bit of time window, the whole village would have gone up in flames, and none of us would have survived to tell the tale. Minato had to do what he had to do, and what he sought out it was the best for his son and the village. So I trust his judgment. So please, just settle down and let this matter be and the child be. Even if that is true, we will never acknowledge that child. What? Yes, he is too dangerous. We will observe first, and if that child we realize is too dangerous, we will not let our kids get near him. And so, Hiruzen agreed to those terms. Time began to pass by. Hiruzen was getting desperate so that Jiraiya would be able to bring back any answer to those kanjis, but so far nothing. He has gone to different parts of the elemental nation, even to the monks as well as the temples where the monks resided, the ancient one where the ancient text was kept of Kami, one said. Even then they were not able to find the kanjis there. They searched and searched, but nothing was found. Jiraiya was heartbroken because it has been 3 years that he has been searching, and yet not an answer was found. The monk told him that there was a shaman deep into the forest, hiding somewhere into the underground tunnels, and he is a follower and worshipper of the Shinigami. Maybe he would tell, since the Shinigami was involved in the kanjis that looked ancient but were not from the Kami or Yami even. It is dangerous, Jiraiya-san. I must warn you. Where you're about to venture is extremely dangerous, and it might take you years to find him even. That shaman is quite hard to track. What is the name of the shaman? That is what we know, that he is a shaman of Shinigami. Some say that he has given up his name, his identity and everything, devoting himself completely to Shinigami, and Shinigami have blessed him with her strengths, which even the Kami and Yami hasn't done anything to us. Alright, I'll try to make sure that I keep an eye out. Well, back in Konoha, Hiruzen was getting desperate because Konohan, their perspective of Naruto was getting worse and worse. As we know, rumors in Konoha would spread, and from one mouth to another, the things would escalate when they talk about a certain rumor. Things would make a drastic change, and by the end of it, the whole talk that had happened and was genuine would have been corrupted and changed in the end. And that is what happened. Overtly exaggerated rumors began to circulate. Some even claimed that it was Kyuubi no Yoko trying to play as a child after losing his power, even fooling all of them for the past 3 years or so. Naruto was isolated and even kicked out of the orphanage. For whole 2 days he was just roaming around into the streets and sleeping in alleyways. It was only when he yelled out when he was almost attacked by one of the civilians that Hiruzen and his men intervened. It was Kakashi who found him and brought him to the Hokage office. And from there onwards, the law was made and Naruto was placed inside an apartment where Hiruzen visited him every day, or Kakashi did, as much as he could in his Anbu attire, to making sure that Naruto was well taken care of. Everything was going smoothly. For 3 years, rigorously and religiously, Jiraiya searched for clues for shaman that was the shaman of Shinigami, left and right across the elemental nations. He even got some leads and even followed them, but most of them turned out to be dead cold. One time he got close, almost too close, but the shaman disappeared in a burst of flames. And that was shocking to Jiraiya, because he was not able to track shaman, even in the radius using his senjutsu chakra. And now he was aware that the man has indeed been given the powers by the Shinigami, and he must be cautious. He talked to the Gamamaru-sama, the elder sage, Toad, and he even told him to be cautious, extremely cautious, and worried about the child of prophecy as well. Jiraiya right now had to focus to find out about the kanjis, because they were the ones who could tell what Minato has in store of mind. While on the other side, 3 more years have passed as Naruto reached at the age of 6. Jiraiya had still not been able to find the shaman. Naruto, he was unfortunately attacked, even hospitalized, on his own birthday after returning from the Ichiraku ramen stand with a mate with Hiruzen. Hiruzen luckily was able to follow him back because Naruto left his apartment keys there, and it was Tenoichi who came and gave them to the Hokage. And so Hiruzen was just following him and was able to find where Naruto was. Naruto was knocked out cold and beaten up somewhat before Hiruzen dealt with all the people who were behind this, and executed them with his own hand, and took Naruto to the hospital room. As Jiraiya arrived, rushing back, "An elite? No, sensei. I've been trying to find the shaman. He might be the one to know the answer of this. But more than that, I'm worried about Naruto. I can't take him outside, it's still dangerous, and if people realize whose son he is, I'm afraid that Eva and Kumo might see this as a chance to attack him and get back at Minato. Yes, we cannot let him leave the village, Jiraiya. He must be remained here. But even within the village, I am feared that he is not protected well enough. These people, they don't care about my word, or that he is the legacy of the fourth, or that he is a child. These people were supposed to follow the will of fire. These people were supposed to be the one to help out those who were in need. Yet these people have turned into the monsters that we try to succumb to death. What happened to those who were behind this? They were dealt with. What else would you expect? There was no mercy given to them. And now? Now what? Now, I'm waiting for Naruto's recovery. He will be traumatized, Sensei. Yes, that is why I have asked Inoichi to seal away his memories of this. As Inoichi arrived, Jiraiya decided to stay for some time. As now we see, he then said straightforward to Hiruzen after looking into the mindscape of Naruto. The mindscape is already fractured as it is due to the trauma that he has endured, and the loneliness that the child suffers. If an incident like this ever happen again, the wall that I'm about to construct will break and all the memories will be released into his mind, overloading his mind, and he could act out quite irrationally. Are you okay with that? As Hiruzen as well as Jiraiya exchange glances. Look, I suggest that you let Naruto deal with this trauma on his own, Hokage-sama. It will be hard, but within given years, he would be able to live with it at least. But he will be fearful and wary of people. The bonds that I want him to make, his parents would have wanted him to make, would all go down the drain. He wouldn't be able to trust anyone completely. That is true, but still, doing this will be overloading his mind once the dam breaks. You have to do this, Inoichi, said Jiraiya. The boy would suffer, and I haven't still introduced myself. This is my only chance. And Naruto, I want him to trust me, because he's my godchild, and I have still obligations to fulfill to Minato. I still have to make it up to him about that seal that Minato left behind. Alright, Jiraiya-sama, but I hope you know what you are doing. And so Inoichi got to work. It took only 8 hours that the wall was constructed, and Naruto woke up to Inoichi. Hello, Naruto. Hello? Who are you? I am Inoichi Yamanaka, a doctor. You fell quite hard, my dear boy, after leaving that store. Really? Yeah, I remember something like that. Wow, I gotten pretty much beat up. Like someone beated me up. It was, let's just say, a wild boar. Wild boar? Yes. God knows how he got inside. Maybe he was searching for food, but you threw a can and it hit him. And now you're like this. Must have hurt quite a lot. Yeah, I can still feel the pain. Where's Gigi? Oh, I'm here, Naruto. Gigi. Guess what? I ran into a boar and it flew me away. And then I found myself here. How much time has passed? A few days, my dear boy. You seriously gotten me worried. You better be careful next time, Naruto. Yeah, I'll try my best to be. And so, after a few more days, Naruto was discharged as Hiruzen and Jiraiya stood Inuichi with the knot left. As now we see, Jiraiya said, I kind of feel bad for what I'm doing to the boy, but it is for his own best. You're right. It is for his own best. You must hurry, Jiraiya. These people, God knows what they might do next. We have to prove that he is just an innocent child. You're right. I'm close to Shaman, as that is when Jiraiya got a lead. One of his spy network members gave him the lead of the man that Jiraiya was looking for and the description that he gave. It was in the Land of Waves village, nearby. And so Jiraiya arrived there, within a week or so. And he met with the shaman. Finally seated there. So we finally meet, Shaman. We meet because I wanted you to meet. So tell me, Jiraiya. You were not able to find those answers to the kanjis that you have been looking for, and have been searching for me all this time. Do you have not learned anything what they truly are? No. Wait, you knew? Of course I knew. My goddess told me of everything, the one I'm devoted to. And the kanjis that you're searching are her text, the one that is divine, one that is hers. So why are these kanjis? Said Jiraiya, bringing out the piece of paper placed in the seal on Naruto. Since you're already aware, you must know who he is. Of course I know. Naruto Uzumaki no Mikaze, the son of Fourth and the child of Kushina. The Jinchuriki of the Kyuubi no Yoko and the child of prophecy. Wait, Naruto is the child of prophecy? Yes, Jiraiya. He is the child of prophecy. The one that you have been looking for most part of your life. So it is him. Wait, then what are these texts? What are these kanjis? These kanjis are the ones that are built to delete, to erase a soul, an entity, or anything. What? These are a blessing, Jiraiya, given to Naruto as a form of protection. Your student Minato no Mikaze, in the time of making a deal, exchanged his soul for not only the sealing process, but also for his son's protection against anyone who tries to harm him. Shinigami asked how much, and he told them that they would go extinct. And this was the protection Shinigami gave. Naruto is born with the power to delete anything. Delete anything? Yes, delete from existence. From this plane, from even afterlife, even the soul will not remain. The boy should not be tormented, Jiraiya. And what you have done just now, he will be the one to unlock it soon enough. What? What are you talking about? You made a mistake, Jiraiya. You and that old man Hiruzen Sarutobi have made a mistake. What mistake? You know, Jiraiya, what mistake I'm talking about. You have doomed half of the world already. Let's just say, if I tell you, you'll make things worse. Return! Otherwise there will be nothing left to return to. And return fast. As Jiraiya got up, and suddenly in a burst of flame the shaman and his stuff disappeared, as if he was never there, but there were traces. The earth that he sat on was scorched black. I have to return and fast. Jiraiya began to dash back. While on the other side, while Jiraiya was away for a week, Naruto was attacked again, this time inside his own apartment, and the dam broke. Naruto was on the ground. Since the Inuichi seal broke and the trauma kicked into his mind. Go away. Go away. Leave me alone. You think we will? No. You have to kill us for us to live. Kill us all to be left alone, QB. We won't leave you. You didn't leave us. You killed us. And we, now as form of whole, will have our revenge. These were delusional people who thought that all of the Konohan who had died were them. And they are one of them. And they want to have revenge against the QB. Until Naruto, his eyes begin to glow with a dark hue. As a voice in his head was saying, delete them. Delete them! Delete them! So Naruto said, delete! I delete you all! At first the people laughed. Oh, you delete us all. What does that even... But before he could finish, like sand, black sand, everyone one by one began to fall and dissolve onto the ground. Their body, bones, structure, soul, everything was turned into nothing, deleted. As Naruto got up and was bending heavily, Jiraiya bursted into the door. Wait, Naruto, it's me. Remember? You were with Gigi. You lied to me. You lied to me, said Naruto after realizing that his own Gigi and even this man lied. You all are liars. As seeing this, Hiruzen appeared and neck-chopped Naruto to be knocked out cold. And so, Naruto was tied and placed in a confinement with chakra suppressors and sleeper seals, causing him to sleep and be in a sleep-like state. While this was going on, the council was aware of what has happened as the rumor spread. While in the Hokage office, delaying the council, we see Hiruzen and Jiraiya were pacing back and forth. As Jiraiya has explained everything what the shaman has told Hiruzen, this is not good. Minato always thought one step ahead, but what he has done might have caused us a great deal of damage, something that we cannot recover from. If Naruto awakens, he hates us, but he still trusts you. If you apologize, there is still a chance that the boy would listen to us. Look, Sensei, this is partially my fault. No, it's both of ours. We should not have allowed Inuichi to do that. Inuichi was the one who told us that we should let the boys recover and be there for him, but we didn't listen. It's all my fault. What are we gonna do now, Jiraiya? I don't know, as that is when Kakashi rushed. Okage-sama, bad news. Kakashi said, injured while holding a piece of his stomach, as it was bleeding out. What happened? We were attacked by the Root Division, and the other Anbus and Shinobis. They want Naruto to be executed. The council, they have started a coup, a civil war against you. What? Why? And so now we see, Naruto, while unconscious, as he was, could hear everything was brought. As Jiraiya arrived, what is the meaning of this? Why are you trying to harm that boy? He has done nothing. Done nothing, you say? He turned people into literal sand, ashes, and you said he has done nothing? He is a demonic being that needs to be put down, Jiraiya. Get that through your thick skull. How long are you going to protect this child? He's nothing more than a demonic entity that needs to be put down. This gives us the perfect chance to do that. No, you're all wrong. He's just a tormented soul with a burden that is too much for him to even bear. Even I made a mistake. I wanted his memories, the painful ones, to be hidden so that he could have a chance at a second chance at life, but you're all taking that away from him. Was that what the fourth Hokage wanted? No, it is his son that we're talking about, his legacy. He wanted us to protect him, remember? No. Minato has made his choice when he tinkered with that seal, something that he should not have done. And now, his son must pay. Regardless of what you might say, he has to go. He is too dangerous. As Kakashi dashed, and in a fast moment ripped out the seals, Naruto. Delete! I delete you all! As Naruto glared at those, and focused on those who were trying to harm, as almost half of the Konoha similarly turned into black sand, dissolved onto the ground as a form of a puddle, alongside even Danzo and the root shinobis. The rest were scared as Naruto looked towards them. Naruto, as Naruto shedded tears. You tried to give me a second chance. Why did you not let me have those memories? They were a moment of sadness for you, Naruto. You would have suffered PTSDs, like hell I'm not suffering now. You all lie for your own benefit. You even hid that secret from me when he asked who my father or mother was. As Hiruzen realized, he blurted that out. You could hear that. Everything. I could hear everything. I'm the son of the fourth, and he wanted me to be protected. Just because he wanted me to be protected and messed with the seal, you thought that I was dangerous. No, Naruto, you're not dangerous. You're just misunderstood, son. No, I'm not. I'm leaving. But where are you gonna go? I'll be able to find myself and fend for myself. No, Naruto. I can't let you do that. Jiraiya, what are you doing? What? I am your godfather. Your father was like a son to me. It is my fault that you were in this mess. I, after your father's death, did not had it in me to face you. Look, I myself am a broken man, and in no way capable of taking care of an infant child. Heck, I'm just surprised that Mayta turned out to be the way he was. The short answer is that if you have someone to blame, it is me. Naruto only glared at him before turning and leaving. Naruto, don't follow me. I'm done trusting anyone. There's nobody in this world you can trust more than yourself. With that, Naruto left. As now, we see 5 years passed. The events that happened there were recognized throughout the whole elemental nations. Some of the spies, let's say, survived and they were horrified. And one entry was written down. Naruto Uzumaki, the one who could delete all. And he was to be stayed away from. People knew where he lived. It was near the forest. He has built himself a small shack in which he stayed in. He fished and caught everything from nature and was staying on his own, never going or venturing into any village, only when it was absolutely needed or required for him to go there. While most of the elemental nation was okay with that and were able to live peacefully with that, one organization was not. It was their goal, you see, to rule over the elemental nation, and for that ambitious plan they needed a firepower. And what better than to gather all the Bijus? They began their plan after a few years that Naruto left and reached at the age of 16. They gathered all the other Jinchurikis who wounded up that later on and gathered the Bijus. The Nine Tails and the Eight Tails remained. Some of the team went after the Eight Tails, while the some went after the Nine. Most of them, basically, because Nine Tails was considered more dangerous. They surrounded his shack as Naruto came out. What do you want? We want you to follow us and hand over the Kyuubi no Yoko. I don't want to do this. Do you seriously want me to do this? We know what you are capable of, and we are not afraid. We can counter it. I delete you all, said Naruto tiredly as suddenly all of them one by one began to turn into sand. Their eyes were widened. What? They did not even do anything, and they were turning into sand? As Naruto's eyes had a dark hue around them. I told you I didn't want you to do this, but you forced me into this. As Naruto turned, we see the other half of the Akatsuki team arrive back at the base, only to find that the other team was missing. They ventured and tried to go and find out what happened, only for them to encounter Naruto and piles of sand. Naruto warned them and even told them that he was the one who wanted them to leave, but they didn't budge. So what did the other half of the team do? They attacked him, and they too turned into piles of sand, because Naruto deleted them, and their souls. Once it was said and done, we see Naruto was settled back and roasting some fish as Jiraiya arrived. Hey kid, how are you holding up? What do you want, Jiraiya? Can't I visit you? Visit me. Do what you wish. I don't care. Jiraiya was happy because Naruto, after all these years, was little by little opening up to him. This Jiraiya has been honest to him at the end, shared his worries and everything. You're fine here, right? Said Jiraiya, looking towards this pile of sand. Yes, why? Oh, them? I told them to leave, but they wouldn't listen. Are you okay? Yes, I just don't understand. When I said that I don't want anything to do with them or hurt them, why can't the people listen, and why always the egos? Some people, they... Yeah, I know. You don't need to repeat that for me. Well, changing the topic, I have brought you some new fresh set of clothes and some essentials. Can't always rely on meat and all that. I brought you some seeds, and gardening and farming tools and guides. You want me to farm? If you want to live on your own, then yes, I do want you to farm, Naruto. And here are some ways for you to learn knitting, so that you can craft your own clothes as well. You're okay with me living here after all this, what I have done to Konoha. Konoha is my home. It was the home of your father and mother. Even yours still is, but no. Said Naruto, stopping him. It's not my home. If any good memory that I had is that of when I was a kid, and it is of Ichiraku ramen stand and of him. You're still mad at him? Yes, I am. Come on, kid. You forgave me. Why can't you forgive him? You confessed everything that day, the day I left, while he remained neutral. He had a chance, and yet he didn't do anything. Now all I can do is just stay away. I am peaceful in my life, Jiraiya. No troubles, no worries, no one is getting hurt, and I am not getting hurt. And I am living the life by my rules. And safely as well, with peace of mind. You're right. That is why I visit you sometimes, so that you don't forget what company is. And I think that a part of me still sees Minato and Kushina both within you. And the young kid Naruto that was cheerful and bright. Yeah, the kid just matured after realizing that the world wasn't a bed of roses. It also has thorns within them. Yeah, I guess you're right. And so both of them settled down by the fire, watching it in silence as the evening fell. As Naruto and Jiraiya relaxed. As this is where I'm going to be leaving this story of, guys. Do let me know what you guys think. To me, it's quite nice. Slice of life and a little bit of, dystopian-ish Naruto kind of story. Not much that of a dystopian, but still kind of is. Anyways, sorry for not uploading a gameplay again. It's just, yeah, my brother is not able to record it anymore for the time being. Once he does, I will be able to upload it again. So until then, you have to bear with the still image. And make sure you leave a like and subscribe to this channel, and follow me on my Apologia channel as well. As this is it for the day. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.